As he walked back to his bed, he felt a strange chill run up his spine as his eyes landed on the odd inconsistencies in his room. The first thing that caught his eye was the peculiar footprints in one of the small area rugs Colt kept on either side of his bed. The carpet was shaggy and tended to get matted down wherever you stepped, but this rug was on the opposite side of the bed that Colt generally slept on. The big part of the prints was facing toward the bed, as if someone had been standing and watching him sleep. Colt thought back to the dream that was still vivid in his mind and studied the prints on the mat. He could clearly make out the shape of only 3 toes, like an animal or something. In disbelief, he rubbed out the prints with his own foot to dismiss the idea. But when he spotted the phone that he had left on the charger sitting on the bed where it had dropped in his dream, he could no longer shake the feeling that something was going on. June 6th, 2005, 6:32 p.m. It was a Saturday. Usually, Colt's house would be still, other than him watching TV, but today it was filled with the sounds of the hustle and bustle. After talking with Tom about what had been going on in the apartment, they both felt that it had something to do with Colt's condition. After adjusting meds and a month of evaluation, the incidents only got worse. Colt was seeing strange shadows all over the house, bangs in the night, and things coming up missing, just to show back up again in the places Colt knew he had not left them. Neither Colt nor Tom believed in the paranormal and looked hard for a treatment that would help him. However, one night while Tom was over, they both heard a loud crash from the bedroom. When they went to check out what had happened, it seemed his dresser had tipped entirely over on its own, without explanation. The piece of furniture was easily over 100 pounds, and there was no reason that the two of them could come up with for the incident. Even Tom could not rationalize this event. As the two studied the scene, trying to come up with a logical explanation, Tom was startled when he saw a shadow, out of the corner of his eye, dart down the long hallway from the bedroom. After quickly following what he thought looked like the shadow of a small boy around the corner into the kitchen, when he turned the corner, only saw the door on the opposite side of the room close ever so gently. Quickly, he opened the door and found nothing but canned goods and bags of chips. This was the door to the pantry. It was Colt's suggestion to call in an expert in the paranormal. Tom was reluctant to let his schizophrenic patient participate in such nonsense, but there was a chance that the investigator could at least rule out some things and possibly make his patient feel better. Tom did research on the internet and eventually found Emma, who operated in the area. After a long talk with her on the phone, telling her some of the things that Colt had described and what had happened while he was there, she agreed to come check the apartment out. Emma extended out the base of her tripod and studied the camera. Looking back towards where she had the DVR set up, she shouted back to Tom to see how the shot looked on the screen. She usually wasn't a fan of these residential cases, but she had never been asked to investigate a location by a shrink before. He had been very skeptical on the phone and was upfront about thinking that there was a logical explanation. While he wasn't specific, he did mention that Colt had a history of mental illness that his patient was willing to discuss, and that he thought that documenting the whole thing might be good for him. He had sold her on how it might be a good video showing how mental illness could play a significant factor in these kinds of claims. Usually, Emma was trying to make videos showing fantastic evidence, but every now and then, she had to mix it up to keep herself looking legitimate. What could be more legitimate than having someone on who was willing to talk about their mental illness and being assisted by a shrink on site? She wasn't stupid. Though she knew the place wouldn't be haunted, she knew an opportunity when she saw it. And anyway, who knew?